You're floating through space, weightless and alone. Before you stretches something colossal, glowing like molten gold. It's not just a star, it's a G6III red clump giant, bigger than the sun, older, and swollen with power. This is what happens to stars like our sun when they reach middle age. And now, by some strange twist of fate, you're falling into it, not observing, not passing by. You are being pulled straight in, no turning back. Long before you even reach the visible edge, things begin to change. The heat rises, space around you feels distorted. Instruments melt, communication signals crackle and die. You're still thousands of kilometers away from the star's outer layers, yet its influence is overwhelming. The light is blinding, the radiation is invisible but lethal. Your ship or suit, if you even had one, is already beginning to disintegrate. And you haven't touched the star yet. This star has no solid surface. The outer layer is like a massive glowing ocean of gas. As you fall in, you pass through the corona, an outer atmosphere hotter than even the layers below. It's ghostly, thin, yet insanely violent. Temperatures exceed 1,000,000 degrees Kelvin. Particles zip past you at hundreds of kilometers per second. They don't just sting, they rip your atoms apart like bullets of plasma. If you were still alive at this point, your skin would have evaporated instantly. Your body, shredded at the atomic level, becomes part of the solar wind. Next, you pass into the chromosphere. Here, the gas becomes denser and hotter. It's a churning sea of hydrogen and helium, tinted orange and red, radiating intense energy. Spicules, giant jets of gas shoot upward into space, reaching thousands of kilometers high. Each one is larger than the Earth. You're falling through storms made of fire. There is no sky, no up or down, just glowing walls of gas in every direction. Now you're in the photosphere, the part we would see from Earth as the star's surface. But again, it's not solid. It's thick with plasma, where light finally escapes the star. Temperatures here reach nearly 5,000 degrees Celsius. If you somehow survive the corona and chromosphere, here is where everything ends. Your flesh, bone, and blood dissolve into energy. The radiation is intense enough to destroy DNA in nanoseconds. You wouldn't just burn, you'd cease to be recognizable matter. And yet, this is only the beginning. Deeper into the star, things get worse. You're now descending into the convective zone. This is where massive currents of plasma rise and fall like boiling water. Except each convective cell is the size of continents. You're pulled downward, caught in whirlpools of superheated gas. Temperatures keep climbing, to pressure is unimaginable. Electrons are stripped from atoms, and what's left of you is nothing but a soup of particles. Your identity is lost, but the journey continues. The gravity increases with every kilometer you fall. This G6III star has several times the sun's mass, concentrated toward the core. You're being crushed, atom by atom. Hydrogen atoms fuse into helium all around you. Fusion releases enormous energy, and you're being carried deeper into this stellar engine. The heat now is not just heat, it's raw nuclear fire. Over 100 million degrees in the core. Now you reach the place where helium is fusing into carbon. This is what defines a red clump giant. It's a stable phase, but stable doesn't mean safe. In the core, helium atoms smash together under incredible pressure, creating heavier elements. The reactions give off neutrinos, gamma rays, and more energy than anything on Earth could hope to replicate. You, or rather what's left of your atoms, are swept into these reactions. Every carbon atom once part of your body might now be part of the star's future, helping to fuel its glow, or eventually becoming the building blocks of something new. You've become stardust, literally. There's no pain, no sensation, just energy transfer. From flesh to plasma to fusion fuel. Imagine being able to see this from inside. The core is pitch black because light takes thousands of years to escape, but it's alive. Nuclear forces pulse in silence, atoms fuse. Magnetic fields swirl with unimaginable power. This is the true heart of a star, and now, you're part of it. But this star won't last forever. In a few 100 million years, it will run out of helium. When that happens, things become unstable. The outer layers might be blown off into space in a giant wave of gas. The core may collapse into a white dwarf, a small, dense remnant that glows faintly for billions of years. If you're still part of it, your atoms will cool and crystallize in time. You could become part of a diamond-like core, a cosmic jewel floating in space. Or maybe the star will die more violently. Maybe it will flare up, releasing its outer layers in a burst of radiation and gas. Your atoms would be carried away, spreading into the galaxy. They might drift for millions of years, untouched, invisible. Eventually, gravity might pull them into a new star-forming region. Maybe a nebula, maybe even into a new solar system. And from there, maybe into a planet, and maybe, just maybe, into life again. That's the paradox of falling into a star. It's the end of you but the beginning of something else. You're destroyed, yes, but not erased. Your matter continues, reused, repurposed. It becomes energy, then mass, then something new. It's a terrifying journey, but also beautiful. Stars like these created the iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the carbon in your cells. Every atom in your body came from ancient stars that lived and died billions of years ago. Falling into one isn't just death, it's a return. You don't simply disappear, you transform. So what would it be like? It would be fast, violent, and absolute. You'd be torn apart before you even touch the star. But in the grand scheme of the universe, you'd be fulfilling your purpose. You came from stardust and now, you go back to it. So what would it be like? It would be fast, violent, and absolute. You'd be torn apart before you even touch the star. But in the grand scheme of the universe, you'd be fulfilling your purpose. You came from stardust and now, you go back to it. In a strange way, the star welcomes you. It doesn't feel, it doesn't care, but it knows what to do. It breaks you down, takes your energy, and uses it. And one day, perhaps, someone on another planet will look up at a night sky and see the light from a star that contains a piece of you. That's the cosmic cycle. Endless, brutal, beautiful. So, the next time you look up at a star and wonder what it is, remember it's not just a ball of fire. It's a factory, a destroyer, a creator, a grave, and a womb. It's where everything begins, and where everything ends. And if you were to fall into a G6III red clump giant, your story wouldn't be over, it would be rewritten.